Okay, so we got the bounce looking pretty decent, and I'll probably say this in the intro video. Um, you may want to repeat these things, right? So if you get the bounce and you think, okay, I got this, but it's new and a little shaky, might be a good idea to make a new comp and do it again, or delete everything and do it again, just for practice. It's seriously like playing an instrument. If you play a song one time, you probably don't have it. You probably have to play it, 10 or 11 times to really understand the sequence of events, okay? So what you might want to do is repeat these for practice, go back and do it. Once you got it once, do it again. Maybe make some notes on a piece of paper on the side to help you remember as you watch this video. Instead of replaying it and replaying it and replaying it, it might be good to jot a bullet list of notes of the steps to help you remember, and then try to do it again. If you get stuck, you can just look at your notes. You don't have to look at the video again. It'll be a lot quicker. The other thing is, if you need or want more practice in, or more information that I'm doing in this walkthrough, look at the book. The book has the very basic getting started. Here's how keyframing works, and they have similar things to this that might be a little bit more in detail or in depth, and might make more sense to you, and might be slower or more detailed. So if this is too fast or too tricky to follow, or you feel like it's not doing a comprehensive job, you can augment it by repeating it, or I recommend reading through the book and doing the tutorials they have in there. In addition to this, that'll really seal it for you. Okay. Now that does take time, and I would recommend just taking notes. When I learned this stuff, it's a lot to remember. So I would be doing it and forget something, and have to go back to the book, or have to go back to the video tutorial. And if you just take some notes to yourself, anticipating anticipating the 5 steps that you need to do, write down those 5 steps, then you can just check your notes. All right. So what I want to do next is, I got this bounce looking good. I want to put a background in, another layer, and pan the background so the background moves, and that'll create the illusion that this ball is bouncing across space. So the ball is just bouncing straight up and down. But if I put a background panning, it's going to look like it's moving across the landscape. So the way I do that is, I'm going to go to my Chrome browser here, and ignore all my tabs. And in Google image search, I'm going to look for wide landscape and hit return. And I'm sitting in a sunny place right now, so it's hard to see these on my screen. I'm going to go to images. And I know what I want is, let's remember now in After Effects, the size of this rectangle is 1920 by 1080, so it's 1920 wide. So what I want an image that's wider than that, right? So like this tells me, see when I mouse over it, it says 781 by 280. This looks wide, but it's not really. And you can go into your, you can say, oh, only show me high resolution ones, right? So if I say high resolution, it'll give me ones. That's 1300. I want one ideally that's like really wide. And I usually use one that I don't see, so I'm going to scroll until I find it. Kind of always use the same one because I know it works well. Oddly enough, I don't see it, so I'll have to pick a new one. Look for something that a ball might look good traveling across. That is ideally wider than 1920. This one's huge, 5120, but it's water. Look at this one, 2560. That's pretty good. So if I click on this, is it going to show me the image? If I control click on it, I don't want to save the link, I want to save the image. So save image as, and it's this crazy name, so I'm going to call this Widescape. Widescape.jpg. I'm not going to put it in my memes folder, I'm going to put it in my summer 19. That's where my red ball is, right? So I'll put it in there. I'll put it in my summer 19, save it. Now, if I go back to After Effects and import it, File, Import, File, and look for it. There's red ball, yesterday. Where's my St. Mark's, summer 19. Where did it go? I saved it in a bad place. Okay, so I paused it to figure out what happened. Strangely enough, I didn't notice that I saved this as redball.jpg somehow. I wasn't. You probably saw it on the recording. So these things happen, and I caught it. So what I want to do is this. I don't want to open it. I want to change that. I'm going to go to my Finder and find that file and fix the name of it. Here, see it says red ball, but I can see that it's not. It's this. So if I just click and let that highlight, I can call this Widescape. I thought I named it that. So forgive the confusion. Anyway, now this is called Widescape, and it's this 2560 by 1024 image. Okay, so I accidentally paused the recording. Hopefully that wasn't catastrophic. So it's called Widescape, and what I want to do is close this. And here in After Effects I want to import it. So File, click on After Effects, File, Import, File. And go and get that, Widescape right there, see? Say Open. Now, here it is. It's in my project, right? We haven't done anything like this yet, so here we're going to do layers in After Effects. So this red ball is this bar right here, this layer. Now, you might panic and say, oh, I lost all my keyframes. Where'd they go? I deleted my keyframes. You didn't delete them. They're just hidden. See, they're here. It's like you close the drawer. This is like a dresser drawer, and this is all your folded laundry sitting there nice and beautiful. So when you close this, you just close up the drawer. All that stuff is in this drawer. And what I want to do is take this Widescape and drag it and drop it down behind the red ball. And voila, I got the ball bouncing up and down, and that image is just sitting there. Now, interesting thing, this size indicator here, this percentage, when I click on this, it's set to fit, right? So let's zoom out. Let's look at this smaller. I'm going to go 25%. The reason I want to look at that smaller is this rectangle is my composition. And we tend to think of the composition as being like a canvas, but it's sort of like a window when you put something, or a viewfinder, a camera viewfinder. The dimensions of this, as you remember, are 1080 high, 1920 wide. This Widescape, when I click on it, you can see the dimensions of this image is bigger. It's bigger than this rectangle, okay? So what I want to do is I want to pan across this image. So I want to take this image and move it so that the right edge of it is against the right edge of my composition, right? And actually, it's not tall enough to cover the height of my composition. So this Widescape, I'm going to hit S for scale, and I'm going to boost it up a little bit so that it's big. So it's bigger than my comp. You see that? And I want to set the right edge of this Widescape against the right edge of my comp like that, right? And I want to hit P for position, and at 0 seconds here, I want to turn on position for the Widescape at 0 with the right edge against the right edge, okay? And then I'm going to scrub forward and watch my bouncing ball till it comes to a rest, right? So it comes to a rest about here at, mine does it at 5 seconds and a bit. Yours might be different. That's not a big deal. And I can open it and look at it and see, there it is. That's the end of my bouncing, happens right there. Okay, so the position of this image here at 5+ seconds, I'm going to grab this image, slide it over so that the left edge is against the left edge. And that move will make the background pan as the ball is bouncing. And watch what this looks like when I hit play. The ball bounces, and actually that direction is the reverse of how I usually do it, which there's nothing wrong with it, but it makes it look like the ball is traveling to the left. If I wanted to flip it, I could take both of these keyframes, select both these position keyframes, get them both blue selected, go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, and time reverse the keyframes. What that'll do is just flip them in time. So it'll reverse the direction. So now what'll happen is the ball is bouncing and the background's moving in that direction, which for some reason I'm used to seeing. I always do it in that direction. I don't know, it's like a left-right orientation. Okay? So bouncing background is painting, simple move. And what I might do is this second keyframe, I might put an ease in on that. Go animation, keyframe assistant, go ease in, easy ease in. And it'll change the look of that keyframe to like a little arrowhead. And it might be kind of hard to see this unless I did it faster. But watch, it'll go bounce, bounce. Look at the background slowing down. See how the background comes to a nice easy stop, whereas before it just kind of came to a quick stop. So I find that looks nicer with the bounce. And let's look at it full size. I'm going to go fit, and so it goes bounce. Watch the backgrounds get slower, slower. It's kind of nice, right? All right, I'm going to pause this here, and then we're going to do another piece, combine the two of them, and export it.